Welcome, ghouls and boils. Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. You are in for a treat this week. We're starting Halloween early. It's gonna be a scream. Let's see what Scott and Jeremiah are up to in the other room. Probably something spooky.
We'd like everyone to take this time to reflect on your lives. This is a very dark time of the year. It's Halloween month. This is October. Right, yeah. The leaves are falling off the trees.
This is when my mother was raped and gave birth to me.
This is when my mother gave birth and was raped. To you.
I
was trying to make it come full circle, and I really can't.
I don't like full circle. Anyway, no, I was born in July. It doesn't matter. Oh, by the way, have you seen the new Halloween movie?
No, not yet. I'm going to watch it probably this Friday night in Barrie. I
would like to see it soon. I would like to see it soon at some point.
Yeah, Kelly and I decided I should watch it.
I've heard it's great. We are going to get Mr. Courtney on our show to talk about his Michael Myers role. It's going to be awesome. Would
it be great to get Jamie Lee Curtis on the show?
Yeah.
Like, how would that...
Were you just saying that would be breaking news, it would be great to get Jamie Lee Curtis on our show.
Oh, no, we're never going to get her on the show, but how do you think that would go? I think it would go a little something like this. Hi, Jaron, Scott, it's a pleasure to be on the show. Do you have any questions for me? This is a weird interview.
Scott, why are you talking like that?
I'm Jamie Lee Curtis.
Why is your voice shaking so much, Jamie?
I have Parkinson's.
Oh my God. Guys, Lost at Home has it first. Jamie Lee Curtis, Parkinson's.
I'm coming out on your show, first and foremost.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
I'm also gay. I'm a Republican. I have lupus. My dog has AIDS. Mm-hmm. And I can't find my foot.
Well, it's right there.
How do you know that? This is a podcast interview and you can't see me.
Well, you're sitting in the studio with me, Miss Jamie. I traveled to New York City to see you.
Lupus. I can't tell where I am or where my foot went.
I would like to say here, Jamie, you've done an amazing job in this new movie that I've not seen, but you've done an amazing job in a lot of the things that I've seen you in. I
was in True Lies. I did a little dance.
Oh, this is definitely not Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. If I panties and I spun around in a circle and an Austrian man looked at my boobs.
Can I just tell you right now, if there's one thing that will tell me I know I'm not interviewing Jamie Lee Curtis, it's somebody saying, I was in a movie and I showed my boobs and I did a dance. I was in True Lies and that's not Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis would say fuck you and knife you and slit you from the fucking gullet. What's a gullet?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry, Jamie.
I literally don't know. Is that one of your questions? Is this part of the podcast?
Do you think you sound like Jamie Lee Curtis right now?
Did you ask James Jude Courtney these same questions?
We did. Actually, now we have to ask him.
Did you ask him about his...
What's that? Did I ask him about what?
His palsy.
Which palsy? He has two palsies.
Cerebral.
Oh, okay. Because his Bell's palsy he talked about. But he was like, don't talk about the C's. Don't talk about the cerebral.
Good to know.
Wait. Do you know something about a cerebral palsy?
Yeah, it exists. It's a disease.
Well, it is, but for him it is?
I don't know.
Why don't you know?
Because I don't talk about those things with him.
Jamie, so here's the thing is, Halloween was one of the most iconic movies of all time, and you were one of the
little known fact, it came out on Christmas.
It didn't. So that would be why it's a little known fact, because it's not a fact and it's very little known. But I'm just curious, when you were chosen for that role, you were the daughter, are the daughter. I mean,
everyone's
I should say.
a daughter if they're a girl.
And we're not in 2018. You can be whatever you want.
I'm old school. No.
Well, what I would like to say is...
I draw a hard line in the sand, and it's not a T for trans. It's a straight line for straight.
Wait a minute. Are we getting this as an exclusive that Jamie Lee Curtis is anti-trans on the show right now?
I'm not anti-trans. You'd have to believe it to not like it.
Oh, so you're literally saying trans doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Sorry. I've been sick a little bit recently.
Me too. Lupus and Parkinson's.
Hashtag me too. Hashtag lupus. Hashtag Parkinson's.
And then there's that foot I can't find. Where'd it go?
It's right there. You have 2 feet. You're fine, Jamie. I'm talking to you here. Okay. Anyway, I would like to thank Jamie Lee Curtis for her time on the show. How did we start the show? Where did Scott go? I didn't even know where he went.
I have no idea.
Tee-hee?
Did he take my foot?
Tiddly-hee? Are you going to do tiddly-hee?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never laughed in my life. Lupus prevents it.
Really? Is that... Can I look... Does lupus prevent... Oh, it does. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you,
You're
Jamie.
fine.
Really? You wanna jump around and show me your tits?
I don't have tits.
Oh, the lupus.
The lupus took them.
The old lupus.
I mean, the lupus took them, but I still have them. They're in a little box. It's the size of a ring.
What kind of ring?
Like a wedding ring.
Oh, tiny.
It's a tiny box.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to our latest episode of whatever it is we're talking about. Patreon episode 1642. I'm glad you're here to hang out with me and my good friend Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you for having me on the show. This was a blast.
Hold on a second. You're not Jamie Lee Curtis. You don't have a dick.
Oh, I didn't ever have a dick.
Remember that? There was like a rumor about you having penis. Nobody ever believed it, but it was like years ago.
No.
Oh, me either.
No.
Show me your tits.
Okay.
It wasn't that fun. Let's take a break and hear from one of our organ sponsors.
Well, hello there. It's me, Ed Gein. You might know me as that butcher from Wisconsin what killed all those people. Well, that's not all I'm all about. I'm also an entrepreneur. I've got a new store just opened up. All sorts of things you can get here. Well, what's that over there? Well, that's a lamp with a lampshade that's made out of a lady's skin. Oh, and this old thing? Well, this here's a nipple belt. Yeah, not gonna find a lot of nipple belts. Oh, and this here's it's a box of vulvas. Why would you ever need a box of vulvas, you say? Well, my saying is, it's better to have a box of vulvas and not need it than to need a box of vulvas and not have it. All sorts of things. Over here, well, that's just a plain Jane human skull from a lady I found. I know, it doesn't look like much, just a standard old skull, but look at this. You can put pencils in it. It becomes a pencil holder. Or you just do what I do, and I sit in my favorite rocking chair, and I watch cartoons on a blank TV screen, and I just polish the skull, and I talk to my mother, who's been dead for a long, long time. Yeah, this here's a necklace. Yeah, that's made of labias. That's a labia necklace, all right. This is the only one I have. So you ain't gonna go cheap, but, I'll part with it for the right price. Here's a bunch of other stuff the authorities found in my house that I gotta get rid of before they get taken away by the state. Whole human bones and fragments. There's a wastebasket made of human skin. Thought that was sort of ironic, because you'd think maybe I'd want to throw human skin away, but not if you got a wastebasket made out of it. There's skulls on my bedpost. There are female skulls, some with the tops sawn off. Bowls made from human skulls. Yeah, guess where the tops of those other skulls went, huh? This is a corset made from a female torso, skinned from shoulders to waist. This is Mary Hogan's face mask in a paper bag, Mary Hogan's skull in a box, Bernice Warden's entire head in a burlap sack, not gonna part with that one for cheap, Bernice Warden's heart in a plastic bag in front of my pot-bellied stove right over there. The heart in a bag is for sale, pot-bellied stove is not. That's been in my family for a long time. There's my nipple belt again, she's a beaut. 4 noses. Just 4 noses. I don't know if you need 5. I don't know where you go to get the other one. You're gonna get 4 though. If you don't need all 4, I might be able to split the set up. It's gonna be more expensive though if you than just buy the whole set. And this is a bag of fingernails. So hope you all come down to Ed Gein's this weird fucking stuff emporium and buy something from me, because I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. See you later.
Now on to one of my favorite segments. This one's bloody good. It's horror around the globe. Enjoy.
Horror around the globe. Horror around the globe. If you need horror, go around the world. It's a horror around the globe. If I just did all your work for you tonight, I'm fucking pissed.
All right, we are here for our first episode of Global Horror.
Yeah, horror around the globe. If you didn't record it like that theme song, because you're in charge of that, like a new wave tune, I'm gonna be pissed. Horror around the globe, boom, boom, boom. Horror around the globe. You don't have to do it that way, by the way. Everybody heard what it was. That's fine.
It's basically a sample of you doing that looped. Because I may run out of time, and we have not recorded the intro song yet.
And just find like a Duran Duran like karaoke beat, and just put it behind that New Order, and just to put it behind that.
Horror around the globe.
Horror around the globe. Boom, 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 boom. Horror around the globe. If you need horror, go around the world. It's a horror around the globe. If I just did all your work for you tonight, I'm fucking pissed. But
You fucking might have.
almost might work too. Anyway, we are talking today about Aisha Kandisha.
I love her latest album.
Aisha Kandisha. If you want to do a candy cane, yeah. If you want to touch my body, oh.
Did you say if you want to do the candy cane?
Yeah, it's a new fucking dance that Aisha Kandisha came up with. The more
Do the candy cane. Do the candy cane. You gotta curve that body. You gotta do the candy cane.
they call me the Moroccan suck your bus, 'cause I suck your dick just as good as us. We're by us, I mean I got a demon inside.
She's really
me.
bad at No, she's just bad at fucking pronouns. Like really bad at pronouns.
She's very proper. Anyway, this is also known as the Bloody Mary of Northern Africa. So obviously, actually, I should say
the Bloody Mary of Northern Africa it's a bit of a spicy Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were making this joke earlier, and we should definitely bring it to the table because that's how good it was.
It played well amongst the crowd I was with.
Is it me?
Which was you.
Yeah, you running from a hornet and me laughing at your joke.
Yes.
That was our entire brainstorming session on this. I did actually like it, yes. Oh, just spicy Bloody Mary. First of all, I don't know if Moroccan food is spicy or Moroccan.
For the record, I'm going to say yes.
It's Northern Africa. It's hot there, right? Hot people like.
Yes, the temperature
hot food.
dictates the temperature of the food.
It actually, I mean, Thailand, hot. Mexico,
Canada,
hot.
cold.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no spicy food in Canada.
Nope.
I went up there and I ordered.
That's a spicy poutine. Nope.
Ooh,
Nope, never been said.
I mean, it's delicious.
No, never been. No, not spicy.
It's not spicy
If
at all.
it's spicy,
it's actually it's like what you would use to cut spice. If you were like, like a glass of milk or something, instead of that, if you just ate poutine, it's gravy and like curds and French fries and starch. It would cut us. You could actually eat like a bunch of chili peppers and
You're
eat
100%
a fucking
right.
face full of poutine.
Which is why I hate Canadian mild salsa. It's full of poutine. It's fucking chunky and gross.
It's just poutine. Everything that you order that says mild in it is just poutine.
It just has a scoop of poutine.
Yeah, you're
dumped
like,
in
well,
it.
it's like their fucking whipped cream. It's like, well, we're gonna top your little, you want one of those nice espressos topped with some whipped cream? Well, we got you covered. Boom, poutine on top of your fucking espresso.
It's really hard to get this mild hot sauce out of the squeeze bottle. The poutine chunks keep clogging it.
It's like one French fry,
Yeah.
like a fucking Play-Doh squirt, out of the fucking Play-Doh guy.
It's like somebody coming for the first time in 40 years.
You think it just gets hard? It just congeals.
Yes. You didn't jerk off either.
Yeah. Well, these slow-moving sperm are gonna fucking, they're either gonna get you pregnant or you are gonna get a heart attack. One of those. I don't know. If it goes past your womb, it might go up into your arteries and make you good and dead. Anyway, so we got the Bloody Mary of Northern Africa. Talking about. Okay, Bloody Mary should. I know not everybody might be up on their urban legends in America. Bloody Mary, you say her name 3 times when you're looking in a mirror.
She
Bloody
appears
Mary
behind you, kills you.
supposedly appears and kills
She's
you.
Candyman. She's Beetlejuice.
Yes.
She's Bloody Mary.
Boom! She's the fucking beginner of all of this shit. And in Northern Africa, this Aisha Kandisha is also a succubus because she essentially preys on men.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And she will kill men. And she will seduce men and possess them. Now, she usually appears as a tall, beautiful, topless woman with the legs of a goat. Honestly,
Or
like a mermaid. 2 different things.
I don't know. Number one, there's no legs of a mermaid.
Yes.
Number one, it's definitely
in other words,
fin of a mermaid.
the bottom half of either a goat or a mermaid. I don't know who's getting this mixed up. It's one of you poutine suckers. That's what I'm going to call Canadians now. Because we hate them as Americans, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Yes.
Yes, we hate you.
Yes.
Poutine sucker.
You know what it's about.
And
You know what you did.
so there's okay. First of all, if she's a tall, hot, topless woman, and the only thing that's wrong with her is she's got the legs of a goat, I don't care. I'm going to bed with her.
She got that furry goat anus though.
You know what? I watch 70s porn. I'm fine.
She's got that faux fur winter shawl that goes around a woman's neck.
Yeah.
She's got that wrapped right around her
Cooch.
balloon knot.
Oh, she's got a balloon knot. That's right. A goat probably has a balloon knot.
Goat definitely has a balloon knot. One of those puckered anuses.
That's fucking sexy.
One of those ones that just screams
again.
at you. How do I have ridges? Why do I have ridges?
I would. You know what, baby? You are
How
fucking
do
perfect
you
the way
keep
you
the
are.
hair out of the ridges?
Baby, you are perfect the way you are.
Is that
baby.
a wart? Nope, another ridge.
Again, like I said in the first one that we talked about with the slit mouth woman, which people may or may not have heard because we talked about it on episode 234. You might be hearing this before or after that, depending on when you hear these. I would tell the slit mouth woman, "You are beautiful, baby, the way you are," and I would tell fucking ass goat woman, "You are beautiful the way you are." I would tell fucking mermaid pussy, "You are fucking beautiful the way you are."
Where's a fish's asshole? Is it near the pussy or is it?
Don't they have a cloaca, right?
Oh, they
I
do?
assume, isn't that everything? I don't think they have a cloaca. I'm making that up.
I don't know if fish have assholes and pussies
I'm
or if
gonna
they
type.
have
Okay,
a singular.
you keep talking.
Well, I was gonna say, anytime you have sex with a mermaid, wouldn't it technically be both anal and vaginal?
Do fish have butts? Let me see this. The fish
That's
have
a weird way to put it.
fish have an anus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Is it behind the pussy or is it part of it?
In real life, they don't. Let's see. I'm trying to see this. Okay, so they've got an anal fin. That's 3 spots. They have a vent. Fuck that vent all night long.
Fuck the gills for all you need. I mean,
Well, it's like getting a blowjob. Well, no, actually getting a blowjob. That's like fucking an ear of, or no, that's like fucking the lungs of somebody.
it'd be like if you're James Dean, you're fucking her in the mouth and it comes out the gill. Because, you're hung.
Huh. All right, so
We're doing some deep searching here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of quality content you're paying $3 a month for on Patreon.
It's true. All
Jared
right,
is trying to figure out if fish have separate assholes for their pussies.
I just know I want to fuck the vent of a fish, and I will suck your anal fin.
Well, let's move on to the story of the Moroccan Bloody
yes.
Mary.
Oh, we already discussed a little bit about like what she will. She's a topless woman with either legs of a goat or the bottom half of a mermaid.
She's
In other words,
considered
fish,
a
right?
demonic entity, similar to a succubus, mainly because of the male killing.
Yes, exactly. And like she'll like try to seduce you, and then be like, psych.
It's heard that sometimes if you're alone, you'll hear the sound of rusty chains dragging on the ground, letting
Sexy.
you know that she's nearby.
Sexy. That gives me a boner.
And it,
I would fuck anything that drags rusty chains behind me. I've said that on my dating profile, and I don't get as many hits as I used to, but I will stand by it. I will stand by my rusty chain fetish that is really tough to fucking Google.
Your dating profile on Wincher. It's all people who are winch enthusiasts who have winches on their cars and trucks.
Scott, I hate the fact this is on Patreon because that is one of the best jokes I've heard you say on this podcast in a long time. WINCHR.
Yeah, you gotta drop a vowel to make it hip.
It's just
Wincher. It's winch enthusiast fucking and sucking.
I love it. Anyway, yeah. So there's definitely there's some history behind the Aisha Kandisha. So, I mean, Morocco.
She also is said to live in the Moroccan rivers and lakes near wherever she's being summoned. So if you were calling her to your bidding, if you will, or to your demise within your own home, and you had a local spring, river, creek, lake,
which
pond,
I feel like
she lives there.
I feel like they're few and far between in Morocco. Morocco is desert-ish, right? I think.
Well, most desert countries in northern Africa are also known for their wide lakes and tributaries that give fertile areas such as Egypt their ability to grow food
and then they have like
supply
large
populace.
expanses of. In other words, if you're living somewhere, you're probably not living in the middle of the desert. You're living near a creek, of course. You're living near one of the populous centers, which is, one of the Casablanca, if I will.
Honey, the Bloody Mary's come to kill me, but we don't live near water. What about that? That's a mirage. What about her? That's a mirage. Because if the water's a mirage, so she.
Oh, okay.
There's a big leap of faith there for you to follow me on that logic train.
I was just gonna assume.
Yeah, and the wife has to point out that the water you think exists is just a mirage in the desert.
Yeah.
So she has to also... Okay, explain the joke again. It's not helping my case at all.
I hope Patreon users or listeners are getting... This is how comedy's made. We don't censor this shit. We don't edit it. This is what you get.
So
this is what we make you pay for.
What else we got to say about her? I mean,
first of all, okay. Let me just for the sheriff don't like it. Rock the Casbah. I can't remember. Blah blah blah.
She seduced soldiers way back in the day. I mean, I'm not saying the demon, but the woman she's based on, which is Aisha Khadisha.
Yes.
She was known back in the day as a resistance fighter in the Moroccan military against outside forces, because Morocco's been known over the years to have a lot of turmoil militarily wise. A lot of people having spats up there. Up northern African spats, as they like
spats.
To call them.
They like to call them spats, or in northern African, click clock. Not really, because they actually speak like French and Spanish.
Yeah, they actually do. They speak almost every modern.
I was pointing out like a stereotype, and then pointing out the fact that I know I was stereotyping, and that I'm actually more knowledgeable about the world than that.
Yes. So. As a resistance fighter, she helped fight the men fighting against her country. She seduced the soldiers one by one and killed them. She killed so many men. Everyone talked about her, and the soldiers began to fear her. Locals thought that she had superpowers because of how many people she killed. She killed so many soldiers that they thought she wasn't human. Thus, we turn it into a legend.
Of course, yeah. And then, of course, you can summon the legend by saying her name a few times.
Now, a lot of parents now use her as a way to keep kids in line, saying, "Oh, Aisha Khadisha is gonna come get you. She's gonna swim up the toilet and hit you with her tail."
Yep, that's
and
right.
Then fuck your dad to death.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, it wasn't a tail; it was a leg of a goat.
Well, and then the kids are like, someone has a fuck dad to death. He's been making model trains in the back room for weeks and jerking off and crying. We can hear you, Dad. Please, we can hear you. Choo choo.
I would welcome the death from Aisha Kandisha in a heartbeat if someone would just touch my penis.
Dad, why do you have all that? Why do you have all that duct tape wrapped around the train tunnel like a glory hole you don't want to hurt your dick on the sharp edges of?
'Cause
that's the reason. What have you been doing, son? Are you on YouTube? Are you watching?
How do you know
Are
this?
you watching HBO again?
I have. I've been watching.
Every show on HBO has a glory hole with duct tape around it. John Oliver has one under his desk.
I've been watching Ballers because I've been sticking my balls in there. I've been sticking my balls in there. Hey, The Rock. The Rock's pretty good though.
Rob Corddry's better.
He's awesome on that show. Actually, I really like.
Did you see Rob Corddry on Wrecked season 3?
I am way behind on Wrecked by about 6 episodes.
It's actually Rob Corddry.
Okay.
From Ballers.
Yeah.
So literally, it's Rob Corddry from Ballers on Wrecked.
Wait, like a crossover universe thing?
Kinda. Like at one point, he's like, "Where's The Rock?" And he's like, "No, it's just me. It's Rob Corddry from Ballers."
I love that. That's awesome because Ballers is really serious. It's a comedy, but it's a really serious comedy. They got into real social territory, tearing down the NCAA this season, which I actually really respect them for doing. But Rob Corddry from Ballers on Wrecked would be fucking awesome. Anyway, Aisha Kandisha. There is a movie called Kandisha that I actually have not seen yet. That I do want to check out. It's more of like a drama. I think it probably uses things metaphorically or whatever. But I would like to actually see some kind of property of the historical account of this Aisha Kandisha character. Like I'm thinking, when they have like Joan of Arc movies and all this kind of stuff about these early like female warriors, essentially, like actually that are a little tucked behind. And then, of course, the second a female becomes a strong warrior character, they turn her into a fucking succubus, of course, because like, oh, she has too much power. She actually has done something to help our country. Well, let's turn into her a fucking demon that you can summon. A dude would be like, they'd make a statue out of him. And this, anyway.
You know what I want to see?
What's that?
This fall,
My tits.
this fall,
I'll
the
show you my
Disney Channel.
tits. Oh, we're still going to create new content here, too.
This
Fuck
fall
it, why
on the
not?
Disney Channel, Aisha Squared. She's a math student trying to get through a busy American society being a Moroccan transplant half-goat woman. But every time someone says her name 3 times in class, she has to go fucking kill them.
How about it's that, but also somebody says her name in the class, and it turns out they're played by Tia and Tamara Mowry of Sister, and so she summons her.
Who are now in their 30s, I think.
So she summons her. So, and it turns out she's like her long lost twin gets summoned. So she summons her, and they become like this crazy, kooky, like real life group of people that go out and do crazy things. One of them's the real human, and one of them's the demon Aisha Candisha. But they are like Tia. The second you said Aisha Squared, I assumed you were going to go with the twin angle.
Well, she's a math major.
But then you go math major and then get all fucking major network on them and go like, well, now we have to make sure we have a twin because the squared really people don't even know what squared means.
No, cubed. Sorry, cubed, because you have to say her name 3 times.
Oh, okay. Aisha Cubed.
And she's a real square. She has glasses.
Yes.
And she's nerdy.
But
then when they call her up, she turns into like Stefan.
I still like the sister.
Or
I still like the sister aspect. Maybe one of them's nerdy, the girl that calls her in the mirror, and the real Aisha Candisha is like,
it's
girl,
sexy.
You have to fucking figure your shit out. And she brings her into the modern age. She gets her like they figure out how to like fuck over all the dudes that have been fucking making her feel like shit, and all the girls that make her feel like shit. And Aisha Candisha becomes essentially like her own Jinn, which actually there's sort of a background of why Aisha Candisha was created this way, is because the Moroccan or the Northern African Jinn, which is a big folklore tradition up there, so they kind of rolled some of that aspect into it. Boom! Essentially, she becomes her evil genie, sister, Tia and Tamara. We want to see you back. We want to see you playing this fucking role. That's good. Hope you enjoyed the new content on this little new horror around the globe.
And keep tuning into the Lost Stone podcast. Obviously, if you listen to that, you listen to this. We'll try to pop more of these up on Patreon, so enjoy and tune in next week. Get lost.
I'm out.
Now, wasn't that fun? Let's take a break and hear from one of our organ sponsors.
You love that sound. That sound has a taste. That taste is the smoke and smell of summer coming from your backyard. And sometimes you want that feeling, sound, taste, and smell from a burger joint. You don't want $15 artisanal hipster bullshit. Fennel's got no right to be near a burger. What the fuck happened to a chunk of meat with some cheese on it? Sometimes you want something simple. But then, sometimes you get an itch that needs scratching. You ask yourself, what would a person taste like? Why is it so wrong to eat a dog? What kind of flavor would I get if I could eat a giraffe mixed with an orangutan? That's where Cronenbergers comes in. At Cronenbergers, all our ingredients are genetically modified beyond your wildest nightmares, fresh out of a Monsanto fever dream. Sure, any old restaurant can serve up some meat that's been genetically modified to last longer in the fridge or look pinker than meat should, but here at Cronenbergers, we have fun with the meat. Splice those taste of meat genes with things we got no business splicing them with. Like, how about a pig smashed together in a cloning booth with a fly, then served to you alive on a bun what's got eyeballs on it? You don't know cuisine till you eat something that can stare back at you. And don't worry, it won't fly away. We plucked its little piggy wings off in a brutal display of man's power over whatever the fuck he wants to have power over, be it pig, fly, science, or God itself. Why not try our rabbit burger? It'll give you the shivers.
Oh, this is amazing. I don't know what's in it, but I do feel an insatiable bloodlust creeping through me that can only be quenched by consuming the flesh of my loved ones. Oh.
I knew you'd like it, Percy. We got all types of burgers on the menu. Our Videodrome burger is so good, you'd swear you could taste it through the TV. That's 'cause you can. It'll come get you. right out of your TV.
Not gonna lie, I was a little surprised at first when the burger grabbed me from my couch at home with little arms coming out of the 2 quarter-pound patties with fresh American cheese on an oven-fresh bun, but then it merged with my face, and now I've got a vestigial burger twin, so I'll never be lonely. What's that, burger twin? All right, long live the new flesh.
Oh man. Oh wow. Well, this Scanner's burger is so delicious. And for the more adventurous of you, call ahead and give us a sample of your DNA. We'll craft another of you using our patented flavor clone technology and carve you up into the meats of your choice so you can see what it's like to eat yourself. There's a new god in town, so come on down to Cronenberg's today. We have fun with the meat.
Now back to Horror Around the Globe, brought to you by the Lost at Home podcast. Subscribe.
Horror around the globe, horror around the globe. If you need horror, go around the world. It's a horror around the globe.
If I just did all your work for you tonight, I'm fucking pissed.
Welcome to another episode.
We don't
Are we
know
trying to
how
be
to-
spooky? Is that the thing?
No, I was excited.
I
I was excited because we're doing another Horror Around the Globe. We are jumping on into the waters of the globe, which are heating up because climate change is real, fellas. Open your eyes and know that the fucking liberal cucks are spreading your water with seeds of hatred and the false flags, black flags, the band.
All right, on that note.
Anyways, welcome to Horror Around the Globe, where I talk about the people I don't like, mostly because the color of their skin. And when am I Hulk Hogan now? I think I am.
You kind of slipped from a coast to coast.
Yeah, I was trying to do like an Alex Jones at first, and then I totally went Hulk Hogan. Anyway,
They're very similar.
they're both characters, and so
Fair
anyway, and one of them is slightly less racist than the other one. I'll let you, the listener, decide which is which.
Are they both equally rapey?
No, I don't think they're equally rapey. I don't think Hulk Hogan has been like.
He's racist.
No,
He's
they're
racist.
both racist.
So they're both equally racist.
I would still say it's gonna take a lot to beat old Alex Jones. Probably a black guy, because he believes all black people are.
In my head, I'm just trying to think of like Hulk Hogan talking about false flags and
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hulkster. Yeah, I forgot Hulkster made an appearance in a few episodes ago or something like that. Anyway, we're not talking Hulkster. We're not talking Alex Jones. We're talking horror and horror around the globe. We are going around the nation, around the globe, around the universe, as far as we can go to find what tickles people's horror fancy in different countries. A lot of these are monsters. Some of them, and we're going to try to catch on like the horror movies people like in these countries and stuff. Or mostly we're going to focus on some like stuff like cryptids, folklore, monsters, things like that.
Yeah, and this week we're gonna be heading to both Thailand and Laos. We have 2 stories, and I think one of them's already been debunked, but we'll still have a fun time talking about the legend behind it.
Yeah, this is because it doesn't matter. Like we're not talking brand new stuff here. We're not like touching on new stories or.
Well, the
anything
video
like
that was debunked is brand new.
Yes. But the thing I did like about, and the reason Thailand made it to the first, Thailand and Laos made it to the first. Well, I guess technically the second episode of Horror Around the Globe.
Literally the second episode of Horror Around the Globe.
Well, I'm thinking of it like
numerically, this is the one that comes after one.
I'm thinking of it the first because the other one was like, hey, let's just do this, and this is the first one we're like consciously doing it. But no, you're right. This is the second one.
Yeah, I unconsciously did the last one.
Yeah. Oh, I know you were fucking passed out,
I was
dude.
floating,
dude.
I was a ghost.
I had put a lot of PCP in your cocoa. You're like, I just want to cuddle.
Hey, you know what I always say? Free PCP. You know me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but you were talking about freeing the mass murderer PCP.
I also wrapped it like Naughty by Nature.
Oh yeah. I got that. You down with PCP? Anyway, so yeah.
PCP.
So there's been a.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Hey, we just do this instead. Welcome to Horror Around the Globe.
PCP, free for me. I can't feel my feet.
I like this. I gotta admit, I've never done PCP. I've been terrified of it since training day.
No,
It's never been offered to me.
My first experience with PCP was watching the movie Terminator, where he was hit by the police car, and they're like, "What is he on? PCP?"
Oh, I thought you were like when I was watching the Terminator when I was 8 and I was on PCP. Because I came from a terrible family.
my own TV, didn't feel it.
Oh, I'm the Terminator! Who's Terminator now, Schwarzenegger? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hulkster knows what you're cooking up, and it's PCP, even though you don't cook that. It's not like crack.
Do you know that?
I do not know anything about PCP other than what I've learned from training day and now from you.
PCP, 1, 2, 3, cook it in an oven, and it's easy as...
Me.
Fuck, I can't think of a cooking term. Peas? Easy as peas?
Yeah, peas.
Yeah, but you know those peas you cook in the oven.
You always those roasted peas. I'm always looking for my roasted pea sandwich.
My broiled peas.
Honey, I can't talk to you right now. I got 6 more hours on these peas.
Took me 5 extra hours to skewer them all.
They're just skewers on the grill.
With nothing on them but peas.
Just peas. Just like, okay, well, just let them have this one. Nobody put anything else on the grill till these goddamn peas are done. 6 hours, slow roasted. On a grill, on a skewer. Anyway, I also have to apologize. We're recording at a cold point, and you might hear the heat kick on. We're not giving a shit while we're doing this because we're trying to get the place
forced hot air. I can feel it.
We're trying to get the place nice and toasty so we don't freeze to death because we also have some other recording we got to do today for the regular episode and an Andy Minton interview for the regular show as well. But anyway, going to Thailand, we are talking about the Gongoi. There was a video that popped up. That went viral in Thailand and Laos and around that region, and actually it made its way to the States as well and went viral here. That looked like what they called the Gongoi.
Yeah, this video
it's
was
a hopping ghost, right?
It's a hopping ghost, and this video was shot in Laos, but it's from Thai mythology, so we have a bit of a crossover here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The Gongoi is basically a one-legged creature. Well, they call it a monster.
Yeah.
It hops around while yelling, "Gongoi, Gongoi."
Yeah, I haven't checked to see.
Which is literally yelling its own name. So if it was like a monster named Tom, it'd be like, Tom!
Yeah,
Tom!
Oh, yeah. I remember the old Tom monster. The old Tom monster was one of the most terrifying ones from my childhood.
Yeah, the Gongoi is illustrated as being a one-legged bird-like creature with a torso, hips that morph into one large thigh that then at the knee becomes one long bird foot and has winged arms.
Yes, which sucks. I saw this, I jerked off on it accidentally, and now I've got this weird fetish that I cannot get anywhere else. I can't.
And a very streaky computer screen since you jerked off on the picture.
Yes, on your computer screen.
That's your computer.
Oh, it is.
That's your computer.
Oh, okay. It is.
Now, the Gongoi is known for sucking the blood from the toes of people camping in the forest near where it exists.
Yes.
If you're awakened by something near your feet, you may recognize the Gongoi. It has red hair, large eyes, and its foot, the only foot it has, faces backwards. Now, it's not too bright, and it's thought that you can thwart it by getting into a sleeping bag and crossing your legs.
When I was reading about this, I was like, this might be the lamest ghost I've ever heard of. He's like imagine if the Blair Witch ended that way. Be like, how do we stop the Blair Witch? Well, I'm gonna cut it up in the sleeping bag, which is actually much more comfortable than sleeping dead on the grass here.
Well, what few people know is the Gongoi hunts by the smell of your taint.
Oh yes, that's
so you
right.
have to get in a sleeping bag, cross your legs, cover your taint.
Yeah.
That's actually not a real thing. I'm adding some color.
Oh, yes, you are.
Goddamn color. You know, the thing I hate about color is how it makes me feel on the inside, because I know the migrant caravans coming up from the south with all their colorful people, which color means bad. So your thing there, bad.
Anyway, we're moving from that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, moving along in this story. Sorry, I'm not trying to move you.
There's just a tiny bit more.
Yes, there is.
Now, they think that the Gongoi originally died in a fit of rage and anger, which is why now, in its spiritual monster form, it's not just a monster, it's not a cryptid.
Before it died.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like they conquered it by making it mad.
Well, this crazy ghost that all you need to do is cross your legs, get in a sleeping bag, and make it angry, and it goes away and forever.
That's not a real good ghost.
This, between, this mini show of ours, Horror Around the Globe, and the main podcast, this is the first ghost cryptid I think we've ever covered.
Yeah, this is...
it fits both categories perfectly.
It really does, yes.
I would say it straddles both, but because with one leg, it can't do that.
It can't, and it would love to, But it can't. Oh, just bully. It's probably that weak of a ghost. Just bully it until it commits suicide, like I do with all my people who bully me online, and then I bully them back and I make them shoot themselves or commit school shootings. That's funny. Topical. Wait a minute. Everything you just said, the false flag, brother. I'm Hulk Hogan again now. Anyway.
This also,
yes.
within the same story, it links to another creature that is eerily similar from Japan.
Yes, another. There's actually a number of things that I've looked at from other, and we'll actually get to a few of them in other ones as well. But I would like you to mention the one in Japan because we don't have that one in the Japan story because we've already covered the slipmouth woman. There's a lot of like one-legged ghosts and also a lot of ghosts that have backwards feet.
Yeah. This one is
not ghosts, but cryptids, ghosts, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This one is the Kaso Obaki, or one-legged umbrella spirit. Kasa Obake.
There you go. You have to say it with the right accent because otherwise.
This is the
No, and into racism. There is a fine line between trying to pay homage to a culture by pronouncing something correctly and then just getting old good and racist.
Yeah, this is a one-legged ghost once again. One eye. Once again. Actually, did the other one have one eye? No, the other one had two eyes. So this is
just like crippled kids who like escape the circus, and people are like, "Get it! It's a ghost!" And they beat it to death, and they're like, "Oh, the old ghost of the old fucking haunted."
Clean that ghost blood up off the floor.
Actually,
it's ruining our hardwood.
I was gonna call them crippletids instead of cryptids. Crippletids. Yes. They're all a whole subgenre of cryptids that are cripple.
Now, when they say it has an umbrella-shaped body, think more of a cone-shaped body. That's actually a better description in my head.
Yeah, it looked like I'm actually maybe because I was looking at like a toy or something. It looked like something I would definitely like to buy like a ceramic version of and put it like on my.
Oh my god! If I ever found one of these now in a store, I'd probably buy it because it looks weird.
It just looks weird. I wouldn't even know the background, store, let alone knowing the background. It's got this weird. Yes, yeah.
Like literally, I go to vintage stores and stuff like that all the time, and if I find something this weird, I would looking for like get it, and then I would do a Google image search to figure out what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which didn't help you so much when you had your alien slugs in your house. By the way,
no, none.
We haven't even talked about that much. We're going to talk about that on the regular show at some point.
Some point,
yeah.
So basically, it's a cone-shaped body with a single eye, single eyebrow, two long arms, and one single leg. Sometimes with the foot pointing backwards.
Yeah.
They're said that it is. If you try to grab it, and I don't know why the fuck you would, it will literally carry you up into the sky. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, if you see it, you won't be able to move.
Oh, so it's like one of those like paralyzing, the people who have sleep paralysis and they wake up and there's that like dark figure at the end of the bed.
If one of these just came bouncing at me, I don't know what I would do.
Thing is, though, I was like, I want to cuddle it, but I also I'm terrified.
Depends on how big it is too. Like if it's bigger than you,
it looks like it could be.
If it's bigger than you, run. If it's smaller than you, kick it.
It definitely looks like it could have been. You could definitely knock it over. Just
stiff arm it like a bully.
Yeah. I'd be like, like first of all, it has no depth perception. It's one eye, and it is hopping.
You run in a zigzag formation.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
So it can't keep track.
If you get killed by this ghost, you fucking or cryptid or whatever, a folklore creature, you fucking deserve it. Because if a one-legged, one-eyed, umbrella-shaped creature that can barely fucking move tends to like, even if it sees you, and they're like, no, I can't move. Like, you deserve to die. It's like being allergic to peanuts.
Thanks. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I'm new to this allergy, and I'm pretty sensitive about it. Why do you have all this trail mix on the table?
I don't know. Why don't you find out?
It's pretty weak trail mix when it's literally a bowl of peanuts. You keep calling it trail mix and saying have some, but it's a bowl of Planters peanuts.
There was an M&M in it, but it was too tempting.
It was a peanut M&M.
But I had to eat it, unfortunately, and I feel like that could have been the one that got you. Ooh, better luck next time.
To be fair, best use of an EpiPen this week. Sucked off the chocolate, put the peanut back in, stirred up the bowl. You don't know which one I sucked on. EpiPen down, $300 in the garbage. Worth it. Now, at some point, you're going to go through that bowl eating those peanuts, and one of those
going to have spit on it.
Was in my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to feed me M&Ms out of your mouth right now, I would say, fine, I would eat those.
All right, then you should be pretty happy with your house. There's at least 9 items in this room I put in my mouth in the last hour.
Yeah, they all required EpiPens. $2,700 at EpiPens down.
So there was a video of this taken recently, and it's a pretty cool video if you really want to detach your sense of realism.
Like that. I know, not in a second when I watch these videos do I actually think I'm seeing anything outstanding. I'm thinking of watching like a found footage movie or something. Like, is this a cool effect?
Yeah.
This looks cool. Does it creep me out? If I saw this by the side of the road, would it creep me out? Yes.
Yeah, it turns out it's a skunk.
Yeah, it's a skunk that's hopping, which is actually sort of what I was looking at. I'm like, it looks like a rabbit, like just got like some food or something like that, is hopping away. No, it turns out it's a skunk, which is the people like it's a hoax. Somebody's like hopping or whatever. It turns out even worse than that. It went viral from a Facebook video, but it was actually from somebody else's YouTube channel, which was like, look at this skunk, and like they stole it and had like 14 views, and they stole it and put it on Facebook, and it went fucking super viral. They're like, look at this ghost. Yeah, guess what, person who posted a skunk video? You know how to get views? Say you fucking found a ghost.
I'm gonna do that with like somebody's like baby video on
look
YouTube.
at this ghost.
I'm gonna put a sepia filter over it and put it on Facebook and be like, ghost baby.
Ghost baby, question mark. Because you have to make sure, because you don't want to say it's a ghost baby. You want to be like, hey, people, can you help? Tell me.
It could be.
Can you tell me if this is a ghost baby? People are like, I will help. I'm a good Samaritan. I'll look at this ghost baby all day and giggle. Eat chocolate.
All right, now we have one more ghost story from Thailand.
Yes.
Jared, do you want to give this pronunciation a crack? Because I don't think I can do it.
Are we talking about just the... I was just going to go May knock or My knock.
That works for me?
Yes.
So we can also just say knock for the rest of the story.
Okay, yeah.
No.
So knock. So Lady Knock is another way to put it. The legend, and a lot of those who are familiar with this is a relatively familiar folk lore, and I recognize the name because there are actually numerous movies made about it, including one we'll mention at the end of the show here. The legend is about a beautiful young woman named Knock.
Hey, Jared,
Yes.
I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Yes, it's my name twice.
All right, moving on. Wait.
Thank you for bringing that to the table, because I would have felt robbed of.
Do you want to go further? Do you want to go further?
I definitely do.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knock.
Who's there?
Knock.
Who's there?
Knock.
And thanks for tuning in, everybody. If we weren't like sort of on a timeline, I would have done that for 20 minutes.
There's always the magic of looping.
I totally could loop that. Yeah, we got enough to loop. So the story is about the young woman named Nak, who lived on the banks of the Phra Kanong Canal, and she had an undying love for her husband Mak, who ended up going to war, and while Nak was pregnant, and it turns out that apparently she dies during his tenure at war
With the child in her coming out.
In her.
Wait, during childbirth. That's a way better way of saying it.
Yeah. Hey, oh my God. Wait a minute, honey. Are you baby coming outie? Like, you mean giving birth? Yes. Yes, it's happening. Oh my God, it's outie outie bangy bang bang. Scott, I just want to like have you just, because there's definitely the miracle birth videos. I want you to like overdub those with what you think is happening. Oh, there it goes, popping out again. Oh, you look at this fucking nosy fucker tossing his nose down. Get back in there. What are you crying about, bitch? Kidding. Childbirth is probably very painful.
Oh yeah, that literally sounds like a fun thing to do. Yes, I'm kind of on board.
Yeah. Okay.
Empty promises.
Oh, ton of empty promises. Anyway, so she dies while he is away. She is still pregnant.
Well, baby coming out.
What baby coming out of pussy? So
he comes back and they're both dead.
Well, here's the thing: is he is not aware of this because he is essentially taken in and nursed back to health by somebody, and he's away for a long period of time. So he was never made aware of the fact that his wife died, and he comes back, and it turns out she's there with the kid, and they're fine. So the legend, of course, and then it turns that the townspeople know that she's dead because they probably went to her funeral and shit like that, and saw the baby coming outie, and knew that like neither of them like
that open casket where there's just this corpse with two babies' legs hanging out of her twat.
Yeah. We're gonna have to charge you extra for this casket. Normally they don't have that little
the door. The baby's feet keep getting in the way.
Yeah. Well, just take the snippers and chop them off. We'll put them in a little doggy bag and hang them on the...
Think of that when they bury you with the kid at whatever point in birth it is, just out of you.
Just out of... we could have saved it, but this was hilarious. So, So we had to have this weird Three Stooges funeral. Anyway, so he comes back and he notices he's obviously in love with his wife, and they've got their new kid and all this kind of stuff. And the townspeople are fully aware that she's dead and a ghost. And when they try to warn the husband that she's actually a ghost, she essentially slaughters all of the people who will try to warn the husband, because she wants to live eternally with him, of course.
Yep. And then at last he realizes that she's a ghost.
Yes, of
and
course.
he's scared, so he tries to run away without alarming her. He sneaks out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mean pussies are derogatory. Pussies are actually wonderful.
You know, this ain't nothing like motherfucking Simon and Witch in the Window for Andy Mitten's classic. Hey, check out our interview with Andy Mitten on the regular show whenever you get a chance.
I believe everyone who pays for the Patreon listens to the regular show.
I would hope so. It would be interesting.
It'd be really
if it
weird, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're supposed to be going the other way, aren't we? Anyways,
he hides behind a blumea tree, or bush, sorry, because in their folklore, the blumea bush is something that ghosts are scared of.
Oh, okay, yes.
And then he runs to a temple when she can't find him, and it's a temple that is holy ground which ghosts cannot enter. In her grief, Nock then terrorizes the people of the village, and she is captured by a very powerful exorcist and put in an earthen pot, guessing clay, and then thrown into a river. There are two different legends where that pot is found in future days. One is by fishermen, and one is by who was the other one by?
Just some dude.
I think it was an old couple. An old couple find it while fishing, and another one is two fishermen dredge it up. So either way, fishing is how it's found.
Yes.
When it's open, she then terrorizes again. This time, a monk confines her spirit in the bone of her forehead,
which I think is so cool. I love folklore because it's almost like you just tell a kid to like make up a story like, and then the ghost is in a bone of the forehead.
Yep. They take a bone from her skull, from her actual body, put the ghost in it, and then bind it with a waistband, like wrap it.
Yes.
And it's currently in possession of a royal family.
Supposedly,
the royal family of Thailand.
Yep. Which you're in Thailand, you are not supposed to say anything bad about ever. You can actually get in a lot of trouble for doing so, even though they technically, like, they're not entirely like, you know, the king doesn't exactly rule, but they're so respected. The royal family is so respected.
There's also an alternative version of this story where the royal family never received this at all.
No, yeah.
And the monk
That's what they'd like you to think. False flag.
Actually, that's very poignant. But the other story is the monk, instead of binding her, just talks her out of it. Talks her out of being a bad ghost. Like, hey, if you just go onto the other side,
about this?
You know,
just don't be a bad ghost. Oh, well, that's how monks talk. Yeah, hey, ever think about this? Hey, ever think about maybe not being a bad ghost? Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so why don't you go, cross over and shit? Hey, how about that? Hey, I'll take you out of the earthen pot. You're gonna be fine. Fucking go back there. You find the light. There you go. Boom, biggity, boom.
That works for me.
That's my Thailand voice.
Do we have more color for the Thailand section?
I was just going to mention that there is a general huge love of ghosts in Thailand, and there is a list beyond compare that you can look at for their appreciation of ghosts. I was just going to mention a few that are worthy of note. First of all, PHI is sort of like the precursor to like Ghost anyway, so I'll leave that off. So there's Huo Kat, a headless male ghost that carries his head. Konkoi, a forest vampire with one leg. I go back to the one leg again. Phi Pop, which is a ghost which eats raw meat. Humans and animals can be possessed by Phi Pop, which eat their internal organs, killing them. And then Pret, this is not prefaced by that, but an extremely tall, hungry ghost, part of the Buddhist lore. They are 2 stories tall. That's what I loved about them. This is like, what's that?
Like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's what. Two are very skinny and have a needle hole for mouths, which I just picturing that, it's so cool. So anyway, that's their general love of ghosts. If you actually want to check out, just look up ghosts in Thai culture on Wikipedia, and there's just a list, just dozens of them, and then you can click and go through. You can get in a serious click hole. I was going to mention, if you're traveling, we're going to try to. There's a horror-based travel destination in any of these places. Check out the Museum of Death in Bangkok. Won't go into much detail there, but there's a lot of very interesting things on display at the Museum of Death. It should speak for itself.
I love museums of death. I went
to
the one
this
in
one is
New
supposed to be one of the best
so
ones in the entire world. It's seriously, the things that are in there are absolutely amazing. It's one of the if you like that weird stuff for dark tourism, things like that, without going to like war criminal lands and shit.
I love dark tourism.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and I just wanted to then end it on the list of top Thai horror movies that you can find outside of Thailand. There's a ton of Thai horror movies that, if you live there, you can probably get. These are ones that you can actually find on streaming services or for rent. Shutter, not to be confused with Shudder. Shutter is on Netflix. A lot of people have seen that one. It was in the early 2000s. The Ghost of Maynak, which is actually on Shudder, which you should have by now if you like horror. You should definitely have it.
Great subscription service.
It's absolutely worth every penny.
We need them to sponsor our show.
We really do, because I mean, they almost don't need to, because I'm just always going to be like geeking out on them. But we're about to again talk to Andy Minton, who has
maybe
Wish
he
in
has
the Window
an in for us.
It would they are just an amazing service. I would love to I'm going to shout them out all the time anyway. But anyway, that's on Shudder. Phobia 2. I'm really excited to see this one. I was hoping for Phobia 1 somewhere as well. Couldn't find it, but Phobia 2 is actually on Netflix. And I believe the first one is 4, the number 4, and then BIA is how you would actually find that one. I couldn't find it anywhere. Phobia, it's an anthology series, from what I understood. And then 3, which you can rent on iTunes, not to be confused with the follow-up. I won't call it a sequel because they're anthology films. No, there's 3 too, which is also called 3. No, 3 is the sequel is called 3 ... Extremes. You can find that one on a lot of services. And what the 3 series is again an anthology series. It takes 3 Asian directors and they put together horror flicks. And the first one has The Wheel is one of the segments, which is directed by a Thai individual. But if you do want to watch 3 ... Extremes, that's on my queue because that's on one of the streaming services, and that actually has a Mike, whatever his name is, audition the fucking Ichi the Killer, the guy.
I don't know his name. I'm sorry.
Taishi Mike, I think, or something like that. Yeah. No, he's a New Zealander. Yes. Anyway, but 3 is the iTunes rental, the original one, the Wheel segment. You can get those. Those are 4 Thai movies. I have seen none of them. Ghost of Maynak and Shutter and Phobia 2 are all on my queues now. I expect to watch them in the very near future.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up yet another episode of Horror Around the Globe.
Around the globe, yeah. Well, Kenny Loggins here, and I'm singing a song that don't sound like Kenny Loggins anymore, because I'm old and I'm old and I'm old and maybe I'm dead. I'm gonna Google if Kenny Loggins is dead. Is Kenny Loggins dead? Alexa, is Kenny Loggins dead? No, he's not. No, he's still alive. He was born in 1948, aged 70 years in Everett, Washington. Height 6'4" with spouse Julia Cooper. Married in 1992 to
What a scary end to this show. I hope you all were scared. I hope that every one of you was scared to toot away, and you're scared not to come back next week, and you're just so scared to not subscribe that you will subscribe. I am the Crypt Keeper, and this was the Lost at Home podcast. Get lost!
9 p.m., stung by a bat in the middle of a cemetery, visiting the grave of my granny, downtown Salt Lake City, middle of Joseph Smith country. What was I doing there at 9 p.m.? The officer asked me like a true gentleman. I tried to answer, but the world went dark. Woke up with a gallon of blood in my stomach. Follow me. What happened to my dental work? Follow me. Fangs in place of canines. Follow me. I'm thirsty for a new liquid, colored iron oxide. I can taste your pulse. Don't need no medical, no, I need a priest. I can feel the hand of Satan resting deep in my chest, but I don't care. If there is a hell, then I was born there. I can't spend another second in this fucking sunlight anyway. All you fucking people are ugly, walking around the city like it owes you something. So I cannot be blamed for what I'm gonna do. My animal instinct just can't wait to drain you. Follow me. 6 feet under SLC. Follow me. You got no place to be. Follow me. Come be undead with me. It's a damn nice place to be immortal. Got me a nickname, it's Utah Dracula. The papers think I'm flesh and blood. Just another boring serial killer playing dress up, delusional and dumb. But I know better that they'll know better. I'll make myself known for what I am. Welcome hunters to my tombs, wooden stakes, Van Helsings with something to prove. Follow me. Come on and give it a shot. Follow me. I'll twist your fucking head off. Follow me. Hilarious holy water pistols can't do shit. Just give up, give in and follow me down. Who says Utah can't be fun? You just need Satan in your heart. You just need some blood in your belly, take it from anybody. They don't need it. I thought that bat bite was a curse. Then I felt the love of demons caress me. I saw the blood coursing through the veins of the world, and I did something with it. I made it mine, and it made me immortal. Follow me. They call me Utah Dracula. They call me Utah Dracula.